Please be forewarned that one of the stories we will be discussing today includes violent and disturbing imagery. Listeners and viewers, please be advised.
Today's episode, we will be joined by content creator Supreme Sensai as we get into the mess. Footage of the Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Man incident has been leaked online. Pooh Shiesty is not having a very shiesty summer with this one.
And Ray J and Orlando Brown are getting in the ring, no doubt fighting for the title of Most Disappointing Black Childhood Star.
And finally, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament was suspended because some players allegedly can't keep it fresh. The only thing stronger than a blue eyes white dragon is collective body odor.
All that and more, including Supreme Sensai,
on today's episode of the Black and Snurdy podcast.
Adam has arrived. Hey, Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snurdy is the best podcast. Gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna meet magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. You know that she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Odie, she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snurdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snurdy, ooh. Black and Snurdy, yeah. Black and Snurdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snurdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snurds here on episode 195 of the Black and Snurdy podcast. How are you doing today?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling really great. It's a lovely, hot AF day.
Yes, it is.
And I'm currently inside. So honestly, I don't know what could be better than that. Well, actually, I do know what could be better than that. Being on the beach.
Yes. Being on somebody's beach, sprawled out with a towel, I assume, some music, some spaghetti. Going to the beach for some spaghetti.
Did you grow up going to the beach to eat spaghetti?
No, but I know people who bring spaghetti to the beach.
No, I have. One time I went to Coney Island all by myself, just randomly, and this lovely auntie gave me some spaghetti. So I do know that is a thing people do.
Yeah, it's a staple. It's like that's why when I see it out and about, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Give me some.
I mean, yeah, in a way, I could see the logic behind it,
Listen, pasta is an all-encompassing meal.
Sand, surf, some reggaeton,
Some reggaeton or rigatone?
Both.
Both of them?
So you'll find a lot of that at the beach.
You will.
There's nothing better than going to a beach with competing jukeboxes of all different genres, just blaring left and right. It's so great when you have noise sensitivity. It's a great experience overall.
How are you doing?
I am doing well. Some recent stuff that I've been alluding to and told everybody that I would say when things happen. Guess what? They didn't come true at all. They fell through. They fell flat. Oh, well, what can you do except keep moving, pushing forward? There's something, coming up that's a bit on the horizon that I will now enter back into the cycle of keeping it close to the chest, being elusive with what it might be, and just saying that hopefully it pans out in a positive direction.
Well, something I don't want to be elusive about. We have a guest today.
Yes, we have a very special guest. We have had the pleasure of getting to know her. She is dope in the creator space, and she is joining the pantheon of the Snurdyverse. Please give your hearts, your minds, your ears, your eyes, and a big round of applause to Supreme Sensai!
Hi, guys.
Hello there.
What's up?
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm not gonna lie. I've got the con crunch blues real bad because DreamCon's coming up, so I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed with that. But overall, I'm healthy. The family's good, so
Love to hear that.
That's exactly what we love to hear.
Are you just going to DreamCon? Are you doing a showcase? Like, what's happening?
Man, I'm doing a lot. I'm hosting myself and my husband Keats. We're hosting the Content Creator Cookout, the field games there. So we're pulling up. That's on like the day before the con starts. And I'm also hosting DreamCon, the gaming portion. So I'll be in the gaming hall pretty much all day, hosting different tournaments. And that goes on pretty much all weekend. And not only have to do that, since I am talent and close friends with RDC and other people, I'm going to be going out to all these after parties and just got to network, and woo, it's going to be a lot. Plus, I'm bringing the baby. So,
where the baby is going to be.
Yes, we are not leaving our sweet baby behind. We're bringing my mom in tow, and so it's going to be fun, but I am preparing myself mentally to be in work mode, but also mom mode, because I've got a nurse. I've got to, like, got to supply the baby, so it's just, it's going to be a lot. Oh, also, I'm also competing in the All-Star Dodgeball Tournament at DreamCon.
Oh,
so I'm going to be, I need prayers.
Yeah.
You need prayers and IV drips. Red Bull.
A lot of electrolytes.
Yes, a lot of electrolytes. He has the little bag that that you put on the back and then have like the straw.
Yes, I've used.
I'm gonna be needing that.
That's amazing. Well, that's very exciting. Can you share with our listeners just a little bit about you, who you are, how you got into the content creator space, and what it is that you do?
Yeah. So my name is Supreme Sensai, or some people call me Mother. I have been doing content for as long as I can remember. I am a professionally trained dancer, so that's kind of where the content started. I've been making dance videos on the internet for a long time. And then I've been playing video games for a long time. I just didn't know I could make content around it. So I started doing 2K content, streaming 2K. I was the one only girl, whatever you want to say, who plays 2K, which was not true. I just didn't know. And that led to playing more Call of Duty online and, being on Twitch and meeting more people. I moved from the DMV to Atlanta, and my life changed forever because I thought I was going to be a sports girl. I went to school. I graduated with a degree in sport management. So I swore I was going to work for the Ravens or who knows, some NBA or football team. That didn't happen. I jumped full speed ahead into gaming. I worked for a company called Community, and I was a creative director, and that was a Black gaming organization. It started off as a nonprofit to a for-profit, and I did that for years. Then I quit and became a full-time content creator, and that's what I've been doing for a long time. And alongside content creation, I am a host, which is where my bread and butter is. You'll see me hosting on a lot of different stages, especially esports tournaments, and that's pretty much where I am, what I do. When I say Mother, I was given that name in the community because I pretty much put a lot of money in people's pockets from small to big, and I just care a lot. I be putting people on, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I got that title from, and I end up having my own collective of nano micro influencers. So it fits, and now I have a baby. So it is mother for real. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mother for real. That might be the title of the episode.
Might be the title.
I'll make a note of that. I'm always curious about this because I know it's a generational thing, and I grew up with gaming as well. What was the first game that you ever played?
It was Legend of Zelda. So it was Zelda on like a Game Boy. I think that was my first like real introduction. Obviously, I know I played something before that. I think I probably played like Pac-Man or something, but like my own experience with my own, like I think remember it being The Legend of Zelda.
Okay, cool. What was your first?
So I'm trying to think. So I remember like the first time I had, well, technically I didn't have it. My older sister had it.
Right.
My first like gaming console. I remember my mom had gotten my older sister like the big block Game Boy. And I used to like play that with whatever she would allow me. But we had like a Sega Genesis, and we would of course be playing like Super Mario Brothers. But my first like actual game was, I think when I was like maybe 8 my mom got us for Christmas a PlayStation, the first one, and we had Rayman and Crash Bandicoot, and those were my first games. And honestly, truly, I still love them the most. I'm not really great at like RPGs. Like I've tried doing Call of Duty and Halo, but I always get so turned around and I end up in a spot on the side, just spinning around in a circle, going like this, getting hit, and just respawning at some other random place. What about you? What was your first?
My first, it was my grandmother had the SNES, and very first game was Super Mario World, and what I really loved about that game when I finally got to play, because my grandmother's house was essentially the hub where all the cousins would show up and play, and of course, like my older cousins would dominate the game console and whatnot. And I was the little cousin who had the second joystick, playing on it, thinking that I was moving the character, even though it took me, admittedly, far too long to realize that the controller was never plugged in.
Not plugged in.
Not
Lights
plugged
are
in
not on
at all. And when it was plugged in, it was a single player. It was a single player, so my cousin was the one who was holding it. But finally, when I did get on the joystick, that game was really just amazing from top to bottom. Like, it was the first one, it was my first game, and two, it was the first game that I realized had like layers to it, because in Super Mario World, there's, just the traditional go through each world and then you get to the end, Bowser. But like Super Mario World had like the star system where like if you go, like you find a star and it will take you to another world that will be a shortcut pathway to a different spot on the map that's closer to Bowser, and it lets you explore the world. And I thought that was so cool in like, at that time for games,
Yes.
Yeah, that was incredible. And I guess my final question that I will pose to the both of you, starting with our guest, what would you say is the your personal all-time Mount Rushmore consoles? And you can include handheld or station, in home. Hell, if you want, you can even throw PC in there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Bang. I won't, but I got you. Okay, so I would say starting with, only because I literally had every version of this, like in any color, was the PSP. I think that was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
I think the PSP it should have dropped, or not should, it should still be alive today, and that should be one of the consoles we're using. You see people playing on the train, on the airplane. So PSP for sure. I love my PSP. That's when I was truly a PlayStation girly. But now the Xbox 360 holds a dear place in my heart. That was when I became a true Xbox fan. Halo, like, it just so many good bangers that were released then. So definitely, so we got PSP, Xbox 360. I loved the Wii. I don't care what anybody say. I think the Wii was like a good introduction into what gaming was about to become, playing with, people across, just random people. And so it created some fun Christmas nights in my family household. That bowling was serious. Okay.
Yeah.
That bowling was serious. Okay. Okay, so that's 3. Let me think. You know what? I'm gonna just keep adding, I think Xbox One still really good. Like Xbox One was good. And then last but not least, the Nintendo 3DS. That was some crazy technology. That like, you ain't never, like, 3D handheld.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know why I also love the DS? We used to, that was our way of communication. Not when I was younger, not everybody had phones, and so that was our little text message. We used to have the little group chat. I forgot what it was called, but you can like draw, and you can also like send little things up, and you can do that, but you still had to be in like close enough. You couldn't send it if they were on the road, but if y'all were in the same house, you might be upstairs like, yo, what you doing? Are you asleep yet? Like the sleepovers was definitely bangers with the Nintendo DSs for sure.
Fantastic. Did you have any Mount Rushmores?
Of course I did. Don't come for me.
It was a simple question that I posed to the room with no tone or ego.
Okay, I'm gonna have Sega Genesis. Mainly because that was like the first one that I ever really used. I'm going to put my Game Boy Advanced, because I remember when I got it, my mom also got me the little attachment that had the light on it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That to me was so revolutionary, because I had the original Game Boy, I had a Game Boy Color, but it was like when you're driving in a car, sitting in the back seat, and I don't know about your parents, but my mom always said,
no light.
Yeah.
Because it was
you're gonna get pulled over.
Yeah.
Police are gonna get you.
And so you sitting there and it would be like, I'll just be trying to wait until we went past a light pole to kind of shine into the car so I can keep playing. And then I think I will also put the Switch on there. It's always, I've never owned a Switch, but every time that someone else did, I would always try to grab it and play it, because I loved I love Nintendo games a lot, so I think in general this was just always really fun for me. And all right, I know I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say my PC, because of the fact that I used to be able to play pinball, and I loved that game.
The Microsoft Pinball!
Well, okay, you know what? That's fair. If we're talking about that PC where you had to literally have internet on a disc, sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Because I used to I was reaching high scores on pinball, and I was so sad to know that I can't just play it anywhere, because I've tried downloading the little games they try to create, and it is not the same. It's not the same as having my little keyboard, trying to get the little flippers to go and learning all the tricks. I loved it. All
Absolutely.
Right. What's yours?
I will make this quick. Game Boy Color, because there was just something about playing Pokemon and seeing that little pixelated Pikachu actually be yellow. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that was just it did everything for me. Next up, PS1. That was the original PS, which was the one that my grandmother had in her basement, as well as the one that my dad had when I would come over to visit him, and he got me and all the male members of our family into fighting games. We played Tekken, Soul Edge before it was Soul Calibur, and yeah, Virtua Fighter. We would have we would call it Licorish Testosterone Weekend, where we would just have tournaments with each other going back to back. Xbox One was the first gaming console that I was able to have in my house. My mom just was like, here's a Game Boy, that's it, for years, and then she just broke down and was like, all right, Xbox One, here you go. Nice. You could play Dead or Alive all you want.
Okay.
And then finally, going retro, I gotta say Dreamcast. R.I.P. to Dreamcast. My dad bought that really randomly, had no idea what it was, but he was just like, oh, this seems like it's cool, let's play it. And I will always remember the soundtrack to the second Sonic game. Just the first song in the first level is just rolling around at the speed of sound, got places to go, got to follow my rainbow. I could do the entire song, and I could spend the entirety of this episode just doing that, but we do not have time. We have to keep going. Supreme Sensai, seriously, thank you so much for being here. Are y'all ready to get into the mess?
The shenanigans, the chicanery.
Yes, it is time for Pop Topics.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Pop Topics. Yes, and we are starting things off with a bit of a warning. As mentioned in the cold open, the topic that we are going to be covering, at the very least, this first story does include some, sensitive material. So please be advised. Please be warned.
Warning.
You have now been advised. You have now been warned. First up, we're talking about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane and the footage that has gone viral, that has been released, floating out there on social media. Would you like me to summarize the story, Odie? Yes. So essentially, like we talked about this a few months ago. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane had a incident. Allegedly, a crime was afoot. Alleged kidnapping, alleged contract negotiation going south, alleged, robbery.
So allegedly, things were taken.
Allegedly, yeah. Allegedly, weapons were pointed, things were taken, people were forced to sign things. And I, as an add-on, I was watching this video on YouTube that was sort of breaking down the recovered contract for this thing that took place. And apparently, the contract was created by ChatGPT because there were a lot of issues that wouldn't make any sense in the contract. But at any rate, so the footage that we are about to play is the alleged footage of Pooh Shiesty and associates robbing and kidnapping Gucci Mane at Pew Pew Point.
Pew.
Yeah, because certain words get flagged on YouTube.
All right, so this is some footage that's been leaked from the alleged incident that happened in Gucci Mane's studio in Dallas, Texas.
You dropping this done deal. Bro, let them know it's a done deal. Bro, it's a done deal. Let them know you dropping me,
I drop you.
No, say it.
Pooh Shiesty dropped from 1017.
Shout out to real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did that. That's done.
What you do?
You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop.
You signed the paper
I
and
signed the paper.
everything.
It's done.
It's just like,
I have questions.
so the thing about it is, in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, we know that people are often put into terrible contracts. They are, the management and whomever, they're the ones who get all the money, all the royalties, etc. So I do not doubt that Pooh Shiesty probably did have some struggles with his contract. He may have not had the legal resources when he first got signed because he was so young and hungry and just wanted to try to make it, to have someone really be able to look over it and make sure it was good. But I just this is not the way to go. And the fact that his father was one of the men involved in these proceedings, allegedly is so that's just sad and just unfortunate. To come out, because he was in prison for a few years, I feel like, and I think that is apparently when he went into prison, his contract, I guess, stipulated that everything is going to be under control with Gucci Mane. Mm-hmm. And now to potentially go back to prison for this is just you could have gone to LegalZoom or something for some free information.
LegalZoom?
LegalZoom, yes, you all can go on there and you can get a lawyer for real cheap. They can have a monthly little subscription. You can go on there, you can ask your questions.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
I just feel like at this point now, Pooh Shiesty has the money, right? To get a lawyer. So it's but here's my thought is you can maybe take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person. It's Pooh Shiesty. His name is literally Pooh Shiesty. Yeah. So of course he took the shiesty route. You know, like let me out, give me out this contract at Pew point. You know,
Yeah. You bring up a really interesting point. If only he had named himself Pooh Sensibility, and then maybe proceeded,
careful.
Boo Caution. But no, like look, we have had an understanding that the music industry, like you said, is filled with terrible business dealings, terrible contracts that are predatory and that take more from the artist than it actually gives. And like there have been any number of stories of these sort of backdoor dealings and these, things that have occurred. Obviously, one of the legendary ones is the one of Suge Knight holding Vanilla Ice over a railing or something at a hotel, to get to deal with some contract shit. But having said that, dude, it's 2026. Like we are far removed from the early 90s. We're far removed from any place that doesn't have surveillance.
Who was recording?
That's my thing. This is the thing. Somebody recorded that. Someone's hand had a camera.
Right. Like it wasn't like it was like on somebody's meta glasses.
Exactly.
Or like this is like somebody was like,
yep.
Yeah.
I know you see this person.
And I don't think that this was recorded on accident. I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They said, and then they said, say it.
Yeah.
Again. Like you say it again, say it.
You're gonna be able to bring that to a lawyer one day and see, like, see, I told you. While the
not the pew in
the back. Talking about, see, he did tell us that it was like. I want to know. My question is for all the legal people here. Because I believe if you sign a contract under duress, that it is invalidated. So I'm curious.
It means
does
nothing.
This count? Because
it means nothing.
Like
it's out the window.
Hold someone hostage and say, sign this thing, and they're gonna be like, all right, sure.
There was the video that I referenced earlier where the YouTuber was breaking down the ChatGPT contract that they allegedly got Gucci Mane to sign. Apparently there was a clause within that said that even if the contract was signed under duress, all agreements would remain true.
Yo, I'm just imagining them putting the prompt into ChatGPT like, so we do plan on robbing this person. So please put in there, even if we rob this person, and it can't, like I just imagine chat probably was like, oh, I got you, friend. So since we're going the threatening route, I'm gonna make sure we add. Just imagine. ChatGPT is very supportive of everything you do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so, yeah. Like now you're asking the right questions. You are trying to commit a crime. Let me offer some suggestions.
And this is why AI is the worst, because there needs to be some kind of clause when you're writing in there how to do crime. It says, hold up, wait a minute. Okay.
Actually, I can't allow this. This is illegal. What I'm saying? Like, this is against my programming or something.
But no. I know that this is like they're in court right now, and they're trying to see whether or not they're gonna go to trial and what's gonna happen with that. I'm very curious to see how this trial goes and what kind of lawyer he gets, because what's his name? Who just beat the RICO case?
Young Thug?
Young Thug.
Yes.
His whole group could beat that RICO with all the evidence that they had for them over the years. Who knows?
I don't see that. That's definitely not in any comparison to what that was. So, I think it's just more so like, are you going to be smart about, getting the team that you need, or are you going to threaten them again?
Yeah, of course.
Drop the charges. Drop the charges on camera.
Yeah.
Say you drop the charges with the pew pew. Say you drop the charges.
Just going into ChatGPT, like, please provide me instructions on how to threaten lawyer legally. Yes, at people point. Final thoughts on this story. We'll start with you, Supreme.
Yeah, I just think, I'm not surprised. Who, like I said, Shiesty. It's in the name. This is not. I don't have any higher expectations of this person to do the right thing. So, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out for sure.
Yeah, me too. Odie?
Be smart. Don't do crimes. Don't record them. Please speak to the lady, whether it's the legal lady or the therapy lady or both, honestly, to help you work through whatever you got going on. And honestly, regardless of what happened, I'm glad that everyone is just safe and alive, and I hope that it stays that way and it doesn't go further. Let the legal system handle it.
Yes. And as for me, this is all I'm going to say. One, we're going to keep an eye on the story as it develops. But also, two, like when it comes to any sort of strategy, like I think that like when it comes to business dealing, you should lean heavily on maybe some of the titles from your songs instead of the moniker that you are, creating for yourself. Pooh Shiesty, why didn't you switch it up?
Oh my God.
I mean, look. Now you're dealing with federal contraband. Like this incident overall, it's very ugly of you. And now you've gone MIA. So that is everything that I have for this. Moving right along to our next story. And boy, is it just,
Shenanigans on top of shenanigans.
it is what it is.
On top of shenanigans.
Ray J versus Orlando Brown in a celebrity boxing match.
This is where we are, friends.
Yeah, so recently we did discuss the last boxing match that Ray J took a part of. He was fighting Super Hot Fire.
But I'm not a rapper.
Yes, and he's not a boxer either, and yet he still beat Ray J in a very quick amount of time. But yeah, a promo post is circulating right now, claiming that Ray J will fight Orlando Brown in a celebrity boxing match that is scheduled for August 15th. Do we have that footage?
I have some footage. They were at before the fights, they come together, they talk smack and all that. It got a little physical. It got a little angry. So here's a clip of these two guys. Can you get you in the middle up here? Weird ass
This nigga just slapped me with money on the dead homies, bro. That's not cool, bro. You lucky I let that slide, bro. Bro, that's 100 up. Now open up the 100. No. Show all the 100. No, it's none of your business. It's just 100 up front. It's 100 up front. He better shut up. 100 on the back. He better shut up. All that shit in the middle is one. You're not. Show all the 100. Stop playing with me. Show all the 100. What 100? Show all the 100. Show all the 100. They all 100. It's all 100. Are you right? Let me say I don't do it, but I'll get at it right now, nigga. You lucky, nigga. Bro, let me smack me with now you want to call in like me. Nah. Everything you do like me. You're fucking funny. No Chris Brown, it was Orlando Brown. No Usher, it was Orlando Brown. No Bow Wow, it was Orlando Brown. No Ray J, it was Orlando Brown. Yeah, all right, cool, let me. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
The fact that his face is I just Orlando Brown, I oscillate between extreme empathy and extreme disappointment with him, because growing up, like him being on Family Matters and like That's So Raven, he was such like, I feel like a little young black icon for us, because we had him on there. He was doing big things. He was so talented. And then he like devolved, unfortunately, like he was dealing with addiction and mental health. And then for a while, it seemed like he was getting better. And now I feel like, I don't know if it is that these promoters and people on like on social media and all that are using him to like, they know he's gonna be on some shenanigans, so they bring him on, or if he is putting forth this like persona because he knows that people are gonna laugh at it. It's gonna get him views, it's gonna get him likes, and more people are gonna be watching to see what he's going to do next. And honestly, I feel like that's sad. That like either one of them is sad, because he's so talented. He could be doing so much more with his life. And here we are. And then Ray J is just Brandy. Mother. Like, what can we say about Ray J, who has just had everything available to him and yet uses none of his resources for anything positive? It's always some buffoonery.
Yeah.
What do you make of all this, Supreme?
I choose to believe that Orlando Brown is playing with all of us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just do that for my own sanity, because I don't know this person. I don't know him, and there's only so much I can do from where I am, you know. I can't help him, you know. So I choose to believe the positive side of it, like he's fine. Mm-hmm. And he's just has this persona, like you said. Like, I think I just choose to believe that because he has always been funny, you know. He's always been a comedian. And you know what, just to think of like what like comedians we have these days, like Drewski, like we know probably that how he acts, this is probably just a persona, you know, and he might be really goofy, you know, all around, but what I'm saying is he got some sense. Yeah, you know, and that's what I choose to believe. So seeing this, I look at it as just another skit or just a moment, like just for publicity, just trying to get some views on this fight. And they know he gonna like, so like that face at the end really kind of brings it back to he's just a nutcase. Yes.
The ultimate troll.
Yes. And I think way back to one of his earliest roles in Major Pain, Cadet Kevin, he's like, you know, I picture him as that now. You know, it's like that's always been, he's just goofy. And so, but I do know that, you know, he even admitted to having, you know, issues, you know, the drugs and things like that. So I understand it could be possible that he actually might just be off the rails. But I'm gonna just choose not to believe that that's what's happening, child. I'm just gonna choose, like, my black brother is okay, you know.
Yeah. He's just trying to make the money.
He's just trying to get that bag, and you got to do some crazy things these days to get to a bag.
That's true. That is very true.
Okay, because Carissa told us to go get the Goyard bag.
No, seriously. So and if I gotta put a stack of 100s in my mouth at a meetup for a fight, a boxing match, I'm gonna do that. If that's gonna give me another couple of 100 stacks,
why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
no shame.
The funny thing is, like you feel that way, you've said that way, and I honestly, like, I understand where you're coming from, and I respect it. When it comes to Orlando Brown, what about Ray J?
Now that's just like Odie said, like, why are you this way? You're not funny. I'm sorry. I don't find it amusing. Like, that's not your. And it's like, as a lover of Brandy, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed on behalf of your whole family, your sister. Like, why you got us out here looking like this? You know, because he started doing like the Twitch streams and stuff. It's like you're trying really hard to be in our like realm of this, and it's like, but you're like an imposter.
Yeah.
But like obviously an imposter. Like we can see you hiding behind the tree. Like, you know, like I can see you. You're not doing well at kind of fitting into this space. And so I just like he's trying so hard. It's like, but why? Why are you trying so hard? You're Ray J. You're literally Ray J. I don't understand. Like, is the economy that bad? Like, are we really broke? Are we really? I would rather see him working at Marshall's.
Honestly, yeah. Like,
Doing something good.
Yeah, just doing something good in the community. Like all those old McDonald's commercials where it's just like, oh man, Ray J is doing something good for his community by working at McDonald's or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, just like, you know, get a hop on Uber Eats. Month. Yeah, exactly. Like, be DoorDasher or something.
Be a good citizen, a decent like person in the community, you know, but like, why does everyone resort to like being this crash out personality? Like, you know, just like, why is that the thing? Like, why is that a trend? Like, if I go, like, that's like what do they say? It's a sign of a recession when you see like your favorite celebrities just start doing some wild stuff. Stuff is going on. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will say that Ray J has never been my favorite celebrity. I would like if honestly, if there was a top 20, top 50, top 100, top 200, top 300, top 400, I think that he would be easily in the 500. Like, just missed it at 501. But no, like I'm right there with you when I see like all this sort of crash out mentality. Like, in my mind, like that kind of sort of mentality, those kind of antics, like aren't sustainable for a career. Hot take. I do find it interesting that Ray J, out of all of these crash out dummies, has weirdly had a sustained career with this nonsense. Yeah. Like, it's not something that I would approve of. It's not something that I would recommend. It's not even something that I would like tell people that this should do. But somehow, some way between these two people, like they found a way to like market their bullshit, which in and of itself, like from an objective point of view, is kind of impressive. But from like a overarching cultural view when it comes to us, I have to hit him with this.
That is a little bit upsetting.
So final thoughts on this Ray J and Orlando Brown potential boxing match. Odie, let's start with you.
My final thoughts are, I definitely think this is a rigged match. Because last time when he was fighting Super Hot Fire, he was like mad that he knocked him out because he's like, wait, man, what about what we said? Da, da, da. So I feel like this is definitely rigged. I'm very curious how much he is paying Orlando Bloom, not Legolas. How much is he paying Orlando Brown to lose? And whether or not Orlando will go along with it, or if he's just going to be like, you know what, I'm here, let's go, like, pew, well, not pew pew, mink, 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 mink. But I just want Ray J to find something safe to do because he told us that he is dying. So
yeah, we forgot. We talked about that.
That did happen.
That was a thing.
Like, it's just, if you are sick, I feel like you just need to like be at home, drink your ginger ale, eat your saltines, and be the 40-plus-year-old man that you are. Like, what happened to your Bluetooth? Where are those at? Like, maybe get something together with somebody's tech company or whatever and make your money in a way that keeps us out of it.
Yeah. Supreme,
I agree.
Final thoughts?
I think, you know, my final thoughts are just, I'm curious to see how this is going to play out because I think Orlando Brown is hilarious, you know, so it's going to be for my amusement, you know? And I honestly hope that Orlando like chooses to take the route of just going bananas in the ring and literally going like Donkey Kong Jr. on him and just crashing out. And Ray J like, this wasn't a part of the contract, you know. You expect expected Orlando to follow through with your script. No, okay. So that's where I am. I'm honestly excited to see how this is gonna show on our timeline in a few weeks.
As for me, I am also looking forward to watching the clips. I will not be paying money or anything towards this nonsense. I do not endorse it. I do not support it. I do not want to uplift it. But I will be making fun of it. Yes, I will. I will be online relentlessly making comments about whatever ridiculous fallout that will happen. And then finally, an interesting story, because a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament was suspended over smelly players. This was posted by IGN. Apparently, Kronos Games and Gifts in Beaverton, Oregon, suspended a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament for 1 week after multiple complaints and bad reviews citing poor hygiene amongst players. The shop cited Konami tournament's hygiene rules, and yeah.
I like the fact that there has to be hygiene rules, is already right.
Yeah.
Like we know this community. We know this we know what happens. But I'm not surprised, but the fact that IGN posted this, I'm like, yo, this is breaking news. Yu-Gi-Oh players stink. Like, okay.
So they put out this statement that says, "Attention, Yu-Gi-Oh! We regret to inform you that there will be a 1 week suspension on our local events. We have had issues with people mistreating the restrooms and multiple bad reviews because of poor hygiene. As a reminder, we encourage players to follow Konami guidelines and report anyone who does not. Thank you for your understanding."
Like, what?
Look, as somebody who was I was bigger into gaming when I was younger. Now I have transitioned into the more casual unk phase of my life when it comes to games. We literally bought a fucking $500 piece of PlayStation 5, and we only play Risk on it. So, that's fun. But, yeah, like I see articles like this and like it harkens me back to just like being at these tournaments like back in the day when like, gaming was more of a niche thing, was more of just like a sort of closed off community thing. And it reminded me that like some stereotypes exist for a reason. I don't want to put that on the current gaming community. I will not put that on the current gaming community, whether it be TTRPGs, whether it be, the streaming games, whether it be console gaming, like whatever it is, like there's much like black people, gamers are not a monolith. Like it takes all types and stripes or anything like that. But when I see this article, I can't not think of back in the day, back in the fucking 90s, when I was at Towson Mall and I was just playing with like all of my friends. And then somebody, like not somebody, I hate to admit this, but I won't say her name, but one of my crushes came in because she needed to use the restroom. And she looked around and like I watched her like have this visceral reaction with her nose, and then she turned around and left because I heard her say like, "Excuse me, can I use the?" Never mind. And then she like walked away, and I looked at my friends like we're playing Halo. I'm just like, we do stink, don't we? Like we don't smell great.
It makes me think of like when I walk into the classroom because I'm a substitute teacher for middle school, and let me tell you, the kids stink. Okay, they are wearing hoodies in 90-degree weather, in 30-degree weather. It does not matter. They're always wearing a hoodie, and they're gonna wear that same essentials hoodie for the whole week. Okay. Now I don't know if their parents are telling them, "Hey, let's wash it" or not, but they're still coming in on it with it. They go to gym. They wear it there. They come upstairs. And every day I have to open up the windows, even in the dead of winter, because I cannot stand the funk. And so I know that, like, I've been to gaming conventions, I've been to tourneys, and I will say for the most part, when I've gone to them, there are a subset who are stinky. But for the most part, I do feel like, you know, folks are washing their asses. But I just feel like y'all should be ashamed that you had to be told to stop coming because you're not wiping your ass. Go to take a shower, use the deodorant with the aluminum because it's hot. Okay, we can't be using the natural stuff, the crystals today. You have to go in, you gotta scrub. You know what? Scrub everywhere with a washcloth or a loofah or a something. Put on, you don't have to wear cologne, but you could spritz it on, you could do something because this is outrageous.
A little addendum, Axe body spray does not count. If you put Axe body spray on top of funk, it just enhances the funk. Please believe me from experience. That was the first 2 years of high school.
Axe.
Just fog. Fog of axe and sweat. And
you know,
farts.
This is why because like you said, like I don't like the thought of stereotypes, but I feel like I would be wrong. I feel like I would be a liar to say that some stereotypes are not true, you know? Like it's unfortunate, but it's like there's a better word for a stereotype because there are literally some facts behind, like there's reasoning why. Like why does this certain community act this certain way? Like you know? And but you know, I could start arguments. But I will say, you know, we know there's certain subsets that usually smell this way. Like we didn't even talk about fighting game communities. Like, you know, like that's another level. But I think what we have to really just address here is the fact that they have guidelines for this. So you know they stink. So you already knew this, that you had to make a rule, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like, why not? If this is a rule, why not? At the door, you check them at the door. A sniff test at the door, like, you know what I'm saying. Just how we do Hume checks. You know, we need some sniff scanners.
Yes. Yeah, we need some sniff tests.
Like a funk meter. If you pass a certain level, because you probably come. Some of them probably do arrive okay. But you see what happens, they ain't put that deodorant on. You know, you collect must, and then by the time you leave, your funk meter's up here. So if you already starting at a medium funk meter, you ain't making it out well. So I need you to be like, your funk meter needs to be low, like in the low range. So you have some grace, you know, some grace points. Because I'm not gonna say I've never had moments where I had like, oh, I need to freshen up. You know, like we're human, like it happens, but for you to knowingly just show up already with your funk meter at 100, crazy work. Crazy work.
Sometime in a crowded building.
Yeah, in a closed space with maybe like I don't know what the ventilation was like on the premises. And to speak to your point, I think that what instead of stereotypes, I think it would just be considered reference points. But to me, Supreme, I think it's a great idea to actually install 2 types of like
Funko-meters.
Measures. Yeah, Funko-meters, measurements, like one for the pews and one for the
exactly.
The oohs, like, you know what I mean?
It's like a little monitor they walk through and they don't go beep 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 beep. Whoa.
No, not even. Like, honestly, if you go through and you don't hear anything, that means that you're fine. You did your deodorant regimen. You're passable. But if you go through and it goes off and it says this,
oh brother, this guy stinks,
then you have to turn away and go to Rite Aid and clean yourself up immediately.
If you're not turning away yourself after hearing that from embarrassment, you are different. If you have no shame, bring back shame. Bring back shame. If you have no shame, you have none. You have none. Exactly. If that sound goes off and you still walk through and be like, I'm gonna play some Yu-Gi-Oh, bruh.
Yeah,
Everybody heard that. Everybody heard that.
Yeah, and it would have to be like loud enough to like actually like
it needs to be over the alarm.
over the PA speakers. Yes.
Like,
oh boy.
everybody goes.
Who was it? I think that's Lockjaw 22. Yeah. Well, he should have put that old Spice on. Final thoughts. Let's start with you, Supreme.
Yeah, I think from my experience of going to events and things like that, if there's a guideline on there, I'm sorry, I'm not even coming into the event. I'm not. Because I'm gonna already assume that your community stinks. So.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Odie, final thoughts.
I think that everyone, before you walk out the door, just think of a old black Nana looking at you with disappointment and telling you, you smell like the great outdoors. Go wash your butt. I want you to think, look at yourself. Go, would Nana say this? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is how you know whether you're good to go. And also stop wearing the same shirts, the same drawers, the same sweatshirts. If you wore it one day, you gotta go back and get another one. If you want to wear it again, you gotta put it through that wash cycle. Don't come out here in this 90-degree heat wearing the same clothes you had yesterday unless you actively have to. All right? Go speak to the lady at the laundry shop and she will help you out. Mo?
For me, it's this simple. Diversify your friend group and have at least one designated friend to give you a reality check. Not just for the body odor, but just overall, everybody should have a reality check friend.
Yes.
Like in general. If you are going out and you need to, be smelled, have that reality check.
Designated smeller.
Smeller. We say this all the time on the podcast. If Halloween is rolling around and you are white and you think it would be great to dress up as a certain rapper, maybe ask a friend, hey, do you think I could pull this off? I have this black, and this, as soon as you say that, they'll just cut you off like, no, don't do that. That's not a good idea. Have a designated reality check friend. That's all I'll say. And that has been Pop Topics.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Pop Topics. Right. We are moving things along with our mental health check-in. Yes, this is the time of the podcast where we usually check in regarding our mental health journeys, our mental health struggles, because we are advocates, not experts, when it comes to all things mental health. Actually, because we haven't done this in a while, if it's okay with our guests, I would like to start things off by checking in with Odie to see how your mental health is doing.
It's a roller coaster, per usual. Adulting can feel like trash at times. It also can be amazing at times. I'm just trying to navigate all the things, the ups and downs, and keep myself sane and not fall into a spiral where now that I am out of school, I don't want to just be spending my time trying to recover from the burnout, sleeping all day long, which usually happens because my brain is extremely, extremely stressed out and burnt out and tired, as well as my body. And I just need to figure out ways to find joy in myself so that I can be ready to go when the school year starts up.
Yes. Now I'm going to throw it to our guest, Supreme. How's your mental health journey doing?
I think it's going well. I am about to be 3 months postpartum. And so, just navigating being a mom now and also, a wife and things like that. I think most of the stress that I'm feeling, like I said earlier, is, the con crunching, trying to get all of our cosplays together. there's a lot of, when you travel and you're a content creator, you have to consider a lot of fees, that you pay up front, which are like the security the deposits for the hotel rooms. That is not covered, with your stay. Even if somebody's paying you to come, that's still something you have to pay out of your own pocket. And people say, yo, use a credit card. Not everybody has a credit card. And also, even if you do, it does take the money out. You get it back, but I might have needed that little $400 during the trip.
Yeah.
So that's also just all I think finances are really clouding my, happiness right now. Like, I haven't been able to like truly be like, yay, DreamCon is coming. I'm more like, DreamCon is coming. I'm more stressed. And so I think once it comes, I'm gonna just, whatever happens. We're here now, so once I get on the flight, I think I'll feel like the weight lifted, like it's done. We've made it to this point. Let's just enjoy it. So I won't lie, I'm probably in the 7s right now. I'm a little low. I'm just like stressed as a mug. Like, I haven't been this stressed in a long time for something that's supposed to be more like fun for me. This is the first time I'm feeling like the weight of like, now I get it. I've seen people say like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling usually I'm just like, I got everything I needed, what I'm going to wear. And like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do. So that's where I am. But I know for sure once this is over, yay! That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm literally looking forward for it to be over. Even though I'm excited to go, I'm really looking forward to be done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. As for me, like, this is all I will say. I have had a interesting period, as people who have listened can attest, since October 2025. It has been a roller coaster ride, and there has been a lot on my shoulders, a lot of weight on my back, a lot of stress in my body. And for the most part, I think I have done a decent job managing it for the longest stretch of my adult life. However, I can, at the very least, admit and recognize that this shit takes a toll. It takes a toll. It wears on you, and it even sucks even more when like you're managing yourself and like you have to like sort of put on sort of a sort of front or some sort of mask in order to make it through for others. You know what I mean? Like, ideally, it would be nice to live in a world where you could legitimately just say, yo, I got some shit going on and it's not great. But like, unfortunately, I have to have at least some tinge of, even if I lead with saying, yeah, I'm actually going through something and things are rough right now, I have to also add the addendum of, but I'm keeping my head held high and I'm pushing forward. I'm doing something. I can admit it kind of sucks that I have to do that, but that's just what it is. It's unfortunate. It's a little bit upsetting. I'm not going to play the drop, but that's just what it is. So, but ironically, as I was literally about to say, but I'm pushing forward. And I'm doing my best, and I am doing what needs to be done. Yeah. So there's that. Did you want to?
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask a question.
Yeah.
So thank you, again, for coming on with us. And I was curious. I know you mentioned your 3 months postpartum, and I wanted to talk to you about how you manage your mental health. Being a woman, being a Black woman, and now a mother in the gaming community where, there's a lot of great people in the gaming community, but there also can be some downsides, especially when you're in contact with, a lot of people in this like parasocial relationship. So I was wondering, how do you like manage your mental health, especially now, and if it's changed from before you had your baby, but being a content creator in this space?
Yeah, I think, how do I manage? I'm over here like, how do I manage? I mean, I am a prayer warrior. I pray a lot, and so I think honestly that is the one thing that gets me through. Like I talk to God a lot in the shower, just like any moment that I have downtime, because I'd be like, at the end of the day, I really don't have any control over a lot of the stuff that's going on. You know, like I've tried, I'm doing the best that I can, but you get to a point, you know, just physically, there's nothing else I can do besides be positive. Like you said, like kind of just, you know, just look, the day is going to come and then it's going to pass, and then the next day is going to, it doesn't stop. So it's kind of like, that's really how I think about it. And then with being a mom, and I have this baby with a schedule, like, you know, she eats every 2-3 hours, and it's like, that makes the days go faster. And so I just be like, at the end of the day, she's fed, you know, she's changed, she has Pampers and like things that she needs. I'm like, I would have psyched myself out maybe a year ago before I got pregnant that I would not be able to do this, like with the finances that I have, and, you know, just like all, like, but it somehow is working out just exactly how it's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So that's where my mental health is like, I'm okay. I don't know how this is happening, but we are fine. And really just knowing like there are people who have unfortunately worse situations that I'm in, I try to be grateful. Like, you know, I'm headed to a convention, you know, some people couldn't even get their ticket to go, you know, not only am I heading to the convention to go and have fun, I'm being paid to be there. So it's like, wow, I have to really just try to put more of the like positive opportunities in front, you know, and like, okay, there are some things that I'm struggling with for sure, but like if I had put it on a scale, like, you know, the positives are definitely outweighing the negatives. So, and, you know, also being able to, as a first-time mom with other friends who are not mothers, or maybe not even considering being moms, being some type of beacon, like if they are maybe even changing their mind because of me, like I feel good about that. Like I'm showing them all of the different, you know, angles. Like it's not always all bad, you know, you never know what you're gonna get, so this is how I'm managing it, you know. And being a content creator, people think that your whole thing has to end, you know. I've been streaming every day the last like week and a half to raise funds for our DreamCon trip, and I haven't streamed every day since way before I even was pregnant. And so that's how, you know, I'm like, she actually is giving me more of like a push in my content creation, which is good, you know. I didn't think. And it's like funny, you know, I even end up, sometimes I flip my camera up on stream, I feed her while I'm still streaming, so that way I have to stop. Like I'm like, we're gonna work this out, you know. Sometimes she'll sit here, her bouncer, we're doing this together. So it's like a teamwork, you know. And then having a good partner is always, that's an extra plus. You gotta have that for sure. I'm telling y'all, don't do it. Don't do it. Shout out to the single moms, yes, but I'm telling you, like if you're going in with intention, you better make sure that person is a good partner on both sides. It's not just the woman, I'm talking about both sides. Like if you like, I like this shorty, I want her, you better make sure. Because I'm telling you, I don't know how I do it by myself. I really don't.
I think that's a really great message to lean on, or lean on. I was gonna say leave on. I think that's an important message. Period. Okay, I think that is a very important message, and we appreciate those kind words.
Yes.
But as we move away from our mental health section, it is not all sunshines and roses, because guess what? We are mad. We are annoyed. We are upset. Yes. We are perturbed. We are frustrated. We are angry. We are all of the things. It is time for We Big Mad.
Bring it. What? We gripe it. We're not griping anywhere else. We gripe it. This takes place for us to share. We gripe it. We ain't griping anywhere else. We gripe it.
What's making you mad, Odie? It's okay. What's making you mad, Supreme?
I am currently 80. It's like probably plus. It's like maybe 90 days now. 80s, let's say 80 plus days past due of an invoice that a company owes me. And this was a company that I have a good relationship with and things like that. And so the bridge is just burning, you know. Yeah. And it's making me more mad because there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I just don't get the money until whenever they decide they can send it, you know? And it's like, it's a lot of money. We're not talking about like a couple hundred. We're talking about enough to pay somebody's rent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I've been trying really hard to just have grace and, you know, because getting mad at them and sending threats is not going to it's not going to get me the money any faster. And so I'm just trying to be civilized, but that shit is pissing me off. Like, it's really pissing me off. Because what you mean? Run me my money. Like, that's, yeah. So I've been dealing with that. Like I said, that's been the past. That money was owed to me when I had my baby, which was in April. We is July.
Yeah. That's now that is like really upsetting.
And can I add, that was a net 30. So that invoice was sent in March. So they had from March to April to pay. So we're not even like I'm talking about 90 days past the net 30. So
makes you want to pull a Pooh Shiesty.
That's why when we was talking about my maybe I should hit up chat and be like,
yeah, man, get yourself a shiesty mask.
I've had asked chat like, okay, what email? Like, help me with this email. I need to send this email and be like, in a nice way.
Yeah,
run me my money.
Give Supreme money
in a professional way. Can you please tell these people if they don't pay me, I'm going to send this to collections? You know, like.
Now you're asking the right questions. We're gonna find out a way to get you your money.
Yeah,
no, that sucks. And give Supreme her money.
Maybe that'll be the title of the episode. Give Supreme her money.
It's her money, and she needs it now. All right. So one thing that I am upset about, it has to do with a Black writer. Her name is Kennedy Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
She is a Black romance writer.
Oh my God. Stop.
Do you have one of her books in front of you right now?
What's she doing?
It's not what she did. It's what people are trying to do to her. So apparently online on the timelines, some white romance readers are upset because her name that she goes by, her pen name is Kennedy Ryan. They're upset about that. So they started doxing her name, which is not something that I feel like she's ever like hidden. I think that she's in the past, like there are some articles dating back to like 2013 or whatever, where she's had her name, but that's not what she goes by. And so for folks to be real upset that someone is going by a chosen name is crazy work to me. And even more so to go as deep to like dox her is even more disgusting, and just kind of highlights how Black creators are treated in these spaces, because she's super popular. Everybody loves her work. Like I have only like had like a snippet of her, listened to a snippet of her things on like my Audible, but I see her everywhere. I have so many of her books in my to read list, and I just feel like leave this lady alone. She goes by what she wants to go by, and you cannot stop somebody from doing that, and doxing them is a bunch of bullshit. I'm just very happy that on my timeline, none of the people that I follow have been sharing that, and they have kept it close to their vest. I've just started seeing the story unfolding, but leave her alone, okay? This is what she goes by. That's what she wants to be called. That's what we're going to call her. That's it. What about you?
Here's the thing. In my professional career, I have been in customer-facing roles for well over 15 years. Customer support, technical support, customer experience, customer success. It is, the duty to assist a customer with an issue that they have, right? And part of that is listening and paying attention. Beacons AI. I opened up a support ticket with you because I was trying to figure out, not going to get into specifics here, how to accomplish something on the back end with my account. I needed specific steps because the thing that I was trying to do just wasn't working, and I didn't understand how to do that. Hell, I'll be specific. I'm trying to set up a mailing list, and I'm trying to set up a goddamn contact form. Okay, that's it. Two different things. Those are two different functions. One is, hey, put your email address and we'll collect it. Another one is, hey, put your name and a subject and an email and send it to us and we will respond to you. That's the two functions of what I was looking for. I'm trying to get some distinction. Your automated email response was that, hey, like we're currently like out of the office and we'll be back soon. I have no problem with that. I understand that people, you know, these are made up of people, of real people, and, you know, they deserve vacations. Like, I completely understand that. And I'm a reasonable guy. Like I said, I've been in customer facing roles for a large majority of my life. But here's the thing. When they did respond to me, when they did get back to me, boom, 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 boom. I'm not going to read the exact email word for word. They didn't actually address the direct question that I had asked about setting up a distinct mailing list and a distinct contact form. What they instead said that they recommended keeping double opt-in enabled as it helps ensure higher deliverability, reduces spam complaints, and maintains healthy email lists. While it means fewer immediate signups, it ultimately strengthens your email marketing performance and protects your senders. Please let us know if you have any further questions or need help with your settings. You did not address my goddamn thing at all. I don't need help with the mailing list. I need help with the contact form. Get your shit together. Read. It's simple. It's a simple part of the job. Read the initial email from top to bottom. I gave you pictures. I detailed it. I proofread the email. I made sure I did my part. Now it's time for you to do yours. Come on, guys. Figure this shit out.
Maybe their AI was having a hallucination. It read over your email, and it just
picked out the keywords. That's all.
Exactly.
It picked out the keywords and was like, "Oh, I know what's wrong."
And they just shot that off to you and said, "Here you go. It's fixed."
Well, next time AI, Beacon's AI, check the keyword of, I have two separate blocks on my page, a contact form and a mailing list block. That's it. That's all.
Right.
That's it. And that's what's making us big mad.
Bring it. What? We grind it.
Of course, we never want to leave things like that on a negative note. We only want to leave on a positive note, which is why we talk about the things that are making us happy.
I'm the baby merchant. Chops are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby for you.
That, of course, is the song Baby Merchant from the canceled rock opera series Cop Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, absolutely. Supreme, what's making you happy?
What's making me happy? Bed. Can you bring me my baby?
Oh,
bring the baby.
You hungry? Yeah. Mama, this is what's making me happy. And that one too. The one that's got an attitude. Because she's hungry. She's hungry. This is what's making me happy.
Hello there.
She's like, you already warmed it up?
You beautiful bundle of joy.
I got her. Yeah, but my baby's making me happy, and honestly, this is a fun life. Like, this is, even though she's crying right now, and she's not the happiest, it's okay, Mama.
The first baby in the Snurdyverse.
Yes,
No,
welcome
right?
to the Snurdyverse, little one.
Why are you being so weird? Okay.
I hope that you understand and appreciate the responsibility that comes with joining this nerdyverse.
No, seriously, yeah. I hope there was a warning, okay? Before you. But yeah, she's great. I'm happy to be like showing her so many different angles of life in the content space, along with, Keats as well. So we're having a good time, aren't we? Yep, she says yes.
Baby Supreme.
Right.
That's beautiful. What is making you happy, Odie?
All right. Well, I actually have a video of what's making me happy. So there's a couple who, today in New York City named Angela Nicolo and Ivan Burgess, who decided to scale the Empire State Building with a very important message.
Of these people. But if these people can get up to where they are, that raises a host of security questions. And they've seemingly done it, Kira, without any carabiner or belay ropes. Oh dear God, Kira, this guy is getting down on a knee, perhaps proposing to this individual.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Aaron, I think that's exactly what could be happening. I wish WABC would just move a little bit more around so we could see what he's doing down on his knee. This is crazy.
Well, I would imagine if it's a proposal, it's an elaborate one, and I hope she said yes. But it is undoubtedly going to end in their arrest.
Aaron, I hope this is not Taylor. I hope this is not Taylor and Travis. But then again, he already proposed. Never mind. But they're clearly trying to overshadow a big weekend. Okay, they're hugging. I think he just proposed.
So it would seem, an elaborate proposal preceded by the unfurling of a banner about peace and love at the top of the Empire State Building in the heart of Midtown Manhattan on one of the hottest days of the year.
So they went up, first of all, they scaled the whole entire Empire State Building, which is crazy. But when they got up there, they unfurled a banner that said, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." It's a quote that people, a lot of times, they attribute it to Jimi Hendrix, but it was actually spoken by a 19th century British politician, William Gladstone. And that made me happy because I'm all for people doing peaceful, anarchist things where they are trying to draw attention to the things that we could be doing better in this world. And that's the best way to draw attention. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Okay. And we need more of that. And there's so much love of power, and there's so many things happening in this world and in this country explicitly that are about the power, the love of power. And so I'm happy to see these two doing something to protest against that. They were arrested and all that when they got down.
No!
But, I'm sure they knew that was going to happen. There's no way that you can scale a building like the Empire State Building and not get arrested. I'm just glad that they're safe. They came down safely. And their message has been seen across the world, I'm sure, because it's gone viral.
Yes. Love it.
Mo, what's making you happy?
As always, doing this podcast with you, having our special guest, Supreme Sensai, on the show. Honestly, just being a part of this creator space has been an honor, quite frankly, and getting to know many more people within the space. But the one thing that I will say that is definitely making me happy is the connection that I have with my family. And I'm specifically going to shout out my cousin Corey. He recently, helped us out, did some work for us. And I look forward to seeing the results, and I look forward to the rest of the world seeing the results because he is a great dude. He's awesome. And yeah, I love my family. So, and that's what's making us happy.
I'm the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week.
I want to thank you, Supreme Sensei, for being on the show. Where can people find you, and what would you like to plug?
Yes, Supreme Sensei everywhere, and that's spelled with an A. Yes, I know it's spelled wrong. Sensai. Don't X. And anything else I want to plug? Being a mom is hard. As you can see, this is my plug right here. This is the plug. I'm a mom, and I'm also a content creator. So yeah, you can follow me everywhere. I do, gaming, dance, and obviously mom stuff. So there's that.
Well, Delvin, this is the first time that we said we'll have your baby for you, and we have a baby. So that's amazing. But thank you again for joining us. This was great. We had an amazing time chatting with you. And if that's everything, that's everything.
Absolutely. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Go check out Supreme Sensei's stuff. Until next time, take it easy, keep it sleazy. Bye.
Thanks for listening, nerds.
Keep the show growing. Listen, comment, and download on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or watch full episodes on YouTube.
Follow the show at Black and Snurdy.
Follow me at Licorish is Legit.
Find me at That'sOD_E on Twitter and at That'sOD.E on Instagram.
This is the Black and Snurdy Podcast,
where nerds of a feather flock together.